Hey, I live in downtown Toronto, and like a lot of people, I ride a bicycle and I also drive a car. So I see the frustration on our streets from both perspectives. Let's face it, there's a lot of anger and blame between people riding bikes and people driving cars in our city, and it's probably the same in a lot of other places. For the safety of everyone on the road, things like the design of our streets and intersections are really important. But I also wonder what role our own actions and attitudes play. So, depending on who you ask, the problem is either those jerks riding bikes or the other jerks driving cars. Now, I don't actually think our city's full of jerks, but the truth is we can all act like jerks sometimes when we're on the road. It's easy to think we never do anything wrong ourselves, but we all know that's not entirely true. I mean, whether we're driving a car or riding a bike, do any of us always come to a full stop at every stop sign? Okay, maybe we can all agree that there are some small allowances for bending the rules, but it's frustrating when we see other people totally disregard them, and that might be fueling the hostile relationship between people driving cars and riding bikes. If we're doing dumb things on our bikes, drivers may be less likely to respect our rights. And if we're driving too fast or distracted by our phones, it can evoke a really angry response from bikers. Remember, people driving their cars aren't the ones killed in collisions with people on bikes. This ongoing hostility only makes navigating traffic more stressful and dangerous for everyone. Malcolm Gladwell's book, The Tipping Point, talks to the idea that little things can make a big difference. So what do you think would happen if all of us, people on bikes and in cars alike, try to obey the rules of the road more instead of just blaming everyone else? Think we might even look out for each other a bit more when we're on the roads? When it comes to bike lanes, many of us probably don't even know the rules of the road in the first place. So here's a few of the big ones that we're likely to encounter every day. Let's start with right-hand turns. This applies to regular intersections with no bike lane, as well as those with a bike lane that has a broken white line. When a car is turning right and a bike is going straight, if the car is well ahead of the bike and already started their turn, bikes should be going around on the left side of the car. Even if the car is stopped to let pedestrians cross, bikes should not be going straight through to the right of the car. And if the bike is turning right as well, they're supposed to wait patiently behind the right turning car, acting like any other vehicle on the road. In the same scenario, if there's a solid white bike lane, cars should yield to bikes, only turning when it's safe and they can fully complete the turn. This means not turning part of the way across the solid white line and waiting for pedestrians while blocking the bike lane. Now, when riding your bike and turning left, believe it or not, you can't just ride through the crosswalk with pedestrians. One good option is to get off your bike and walk it through the crosswalk. But when you're on the road, you're supposed to turn left with traffic using the far left or turning lane. The challenge is, this can be pretty intimidating on busy streets. Personally, I prefer the Copenhagen left. This is where you ride straight through the intersection, hop off your bike, and walk it around to join the bikes on the far side waiting for the light to change. And finally, communicating while on the road makes a huge difference and applies to both people on bikes and in cars. If the people around you know what you intend to do, it's far easier for them to act accordingly. Bike riders can use the traditional hand signals or clearly point which way they're going with an outstretched arm. And when driving, using your turn signals well before making a turn helps everyone on the road. So, most people driving cars do their best to look out for the people riding bikes around them. And most people riding bikes are just trying to get around the city safely. We all make mistakes sometimes, but how about a thumbs up or a wave once in a while for all the great people doing the right thing on our roads? No one wants to hurt anybody, and we're all in this together. So take a deep breath, keep your eyes on the road, and let's keep everyone safe. Thanks for listening.